Hello there, welcome to Dare Wolf. Today we are going to talk about 9 most dangerous countries for foreigners to visit, but before we start, please make sure to like the video and to subscribe my channel. Traveling is often referred to as the only thing you can buy that makes you richer. But it comes with a lot of risks. Many destinations boast thrilling adventure opportunities but hide precarious personal safety conditions. The following list is based on the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report for 2017. It analyzed the state of the tourism sector and travel in 136 countries. Number 1. Colombia. Demonstrations and protests occur often, especially in Bogotá. The Department of State advises people to exercise increased caution due to crime and terrorism. Violent crime, such as homicide, assault, and armed robbery, is common. Organized criminal activities, such as extortion robbery, and kidnapping for ransom, are widespread. The South American nation has long had a reputation for high crime rates, largely due to gang wars. Colombia was once a murder capital of the world, with 19 murders every day in 1991. Even if you escape from them, then you are not safe, because Colombia is part of the Ring of Fire, a group of countries in the Pacific Ocean vulnerable to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. And if you want to go anyway, do not take children with you, because hardcore porn is sold on street stalls, so don't be surprised if you're confronted with sensual donkey porn while waiting at the traffic lights. Number 2. Yemen. People are advised not to travel to Yemen due to military conflict, terrorism, civil unrest. Rebel groups target and detain U.S. citizens, according to the Department of State. Al-Qaeda is also active in the country. Landmines and airstrikes are a common problem. There is also lack of basic necessities such as water and medicine. It is one of the world's poorest countries. That makes it one of the world's hungriest as well. And that makes it a good place for Al-Qaeda to set up shop and recruit. Al-Qaeda's presence then means Yemen is an important place for the United States to use its Predator drones. To use its drones abroad, the United States needs a friendly government, not necessarily a good government. And a not-so-good government is exactly what Yemen has, thanks in no small part to the United States and Saudi Arabia, which negotiated the deal that brought the current president to power. Number 3. El Salvador. Crime is at critical levels in El Salvador. Violence is unpredictable and the victims are often targets of opportunity, OSAC says. Mugging and gang activity are a major concern. Armed robberies of climbers and hikers in El Salvador's national parks have also been reported. The security situation is so bad that the Peace Corps suspended its program in the country. In Salvador, 23 people are murdered every day, and that's a very big no of murder for such a small country, according to The Economist. 8 of the top 10 most dangerous countries excluding war zones, and 43 of the top 50 most murderous cities in the world, are in Central America and the Caribbean. El Salvador and San Salvador top both of those lists. El Salvador's safety issues can be explained by its location in the drug corridor and the street gang phenomenon where this originates. The country is home to 70,000 free gang members and 9,000 more serving time in prison. Number 4. Pakistan. Pakistan continues to experience significant terrorist violence, including sectarian attacks. Foreign and indigenous terrorist groups often resort to kidnapping for ransom. Religious conflict has been a problem for years. What also contributes to Pakistan's low safety ranking are raging militancy and deteriorating law and order. Pakistan is also home to the one of the dangerous terrorist organization in world Al-Qaeda, and Pakistan still do not announce Al-Qaeda as terrorist organization, and in Pakistan women face lots of discrimination and Pakistanis do not like Indians and Americans specially, and if you want to go anyway then what place will you visit? There are no good places to visit in Pakistan. Number 5. Nigeria. Nigeria is a dollar-friendly country, but tourists are asked to reconsider going there. Reconsider travel to Nigeria due to crime, terrorism, and piracy, the Department of State says. Armed robbery, assault, carjacking, kidnapping, and rape are common. Terrorists continue plotting possible attacks in Nigeria. The country is also on the list of the world's most dangerous places to drive. With terrorists, insurgents, kidnappers, scammers, robbers, and fake drugs, Nigeria is just about as dangerous as every other place in the world. Number 5. Nigeria. Nigeria is a dollar-friendly country, but tourists are asked to reconsider going there. Reconsider travel to Nigeria due to crime, terrorism, and piracy, the Department of State says. Armed robbery, assault, carjacking, kidnapping, and rape are common. Terrorists continue plotting possible attacks in Nigeria. The country is also on the list of the world's most dangerous places to drive. With terrorists, insurgents, kidnappers, scammers, robbers, and fake drugs, Nigeria is just about as dangerous as every other place in the world. Number 7. Egypt. The Arab Spring has been over for a long time now, but the unrest is ongoing. The danger comes from ISIS and other extremist groups. They pose a serious threat to public venues throughout the country, and that includes tourist sites. People are advised not to travel to the Sinai Peninsula, the Western Desert, and to Egyptian border areas due to terrorism and military zones. Terrorist attacks are likely in Egypt. The main threat comes from extremists linked to Daesh Sinai. Egyptian authorities have increased security presence throughout the country. There are extra measures in place at popular tourist areas and worship places. However, remain alert at all times, especially at crowded places, tourist sites, religious locations, and around government buildings and security checkpoints. Number 8. Kenya. Kenya is on the bucket list of almost every adventurous traveler, at least it should be. The travel advisory is at level 2, exercise increase caution, according to the State Department. The threat of terrorist attacks is high in Nairobi, the capital, even though many sites outside the city are attacked. Armed carjacking, mugging, home invasion, and kidnapping can occur at any time. Number 9. Honduras. Honduras is one of the most beautiful countries in Central America, but the level of crime and violence remains high. The country has one of the highest murder rates in the world. Homicide and armed robbery are common. Gang activity, extortion, violent street crime, rape, and human trafficking are widespread. San Pedro Sula is the most violent city on earth with 169 murders per 100,000 people, according to a Mexican study. This is more than 3 per day.